I want everyone here to do something for me. I'd like you all to take a couple of deep breaths, and I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine what your dream life is right now. Where are you? Who are you with? How much money do you have in the bank? What are your relationships like? What can you smell, touch, feel? Are you there? Can you imagine it? Okay, I'd like you all to come back now. This is me and my grandpa. I'm the wee one on the left here. When I was growing up, my grandpa used to say to me, you can do anything you want. He says, you can do anything that you want. You've got the power in you to do anything you want. He'd encourage me day after day. So I always had it in my mind that I could achieve anything that I wanted to achieve. So when I went to school, I didn't really try. I didn't really bother too much. I thought I'd either be a millionaire or famous, and I'm not famous. So when I left school with not very many qualifications. I left with a few basic standard grades. And then into 5th year, I got a couple into 1s and 1C in admin. So the teachers wanted me to go, I wanted to leave, so I left. And from there, one day my mum was going into Glasgow and she took me in, and we got to the Central College of Commerce, and they were having an open day. She says, why don't you go in and see what's happening? So I went in, I was in shorts and t-shirt, 16 years old, in the middle of summer, and I met the head of the marketing course, and he said, what is it you want to do? I said, well, I don't know, I need to do something. He said, do you have any qualifications? I said, I've got a C in admin. And he went, yeah, that's cool, do you want to do the marketing course? So the next thing I knew, I was doing an HNC in marketing. And I passed the HNC, but I failed the HND because I never went. So from there, I left college, and I got a job as a removal guy and doing auctions. So day to day, I'm moving pianos and sofas, and then when I'm coming back to the auction house, I'm valuing furniture. And one day I'm taking a walk up to the roll shop to get breakfast rolls for everyone. And I saw an advert in a window for a letting agent saying property manager wanted. So I thought, if I can value furniture, I can value property. So from there I went in, took the interview and got the job, and then moved from there to another company in Glasgow that was a bit of a bigger company, and ended up getting fired because I turned up drunk one day and crashed the car. So from there, that was what I thought was a disappointing end. I went back to my flat, got all my stuff out, moved back home. I thought, what am I going to do? I thought, I'm going to start my own business. So I had no qualifications, no contacts, no money, no resources, no knowledge. I was going to start my own business. I was going to start it with something. So this is a picture here, can't really make it out too well, me and my friend Joe. And Joe's about 10 years older than me, and I went round to Joe's the next day. He said, I heard you get fired. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to start my own business. And he goes, right, okay. He said, what in? I said, I don't know. I said, maybe going to wash cars. He said, yeah, it's a great idea. Why do you do that? Not. So Joe said, why don't you start selling websites and I'll make them? I said, Joe, I don't know anything about websites. I don't even know how to spell website. So he said, just try it. He said, see what you can do and we'll see how it goes. So the next day I walked up and down Cadzo Street, Hamilton, where I'm from, and I was just chapping on doors saying I was starting a web design agency. And I managed to get to one, and she said, yeah, we're looking for a website. I said, oh, really? She said, how much? I said, I don't know, £400. And she said, yeah, that's fine. I went, oh, brilliant. I said, it's half up front. And she goes, that's fine. So she wrote me a cheque for £200 there and then. And she said, by the way, the shop next door's opening up something new as well. They'll be looking for something. So I said, great. So I went next door and I said, hi, I'm selling websites. Is that what you're looking for at the moment? He said, yeah. He said, how much? And I went, £1,200. He went, sure, that's fine. I said, great. I said, it's half up front. And he goes, great. So I walked out with £800 in cheques. We didn't have a name, we didn't have a bank account. I didn't even know what I was doing. And phoned my friend, and he's a German guy. He said, okay, we start tonight. So that was us. We're up and running. Sadly, Joe and his family had to move back to Germany. And I was left at this point with a handful of customers in an industry I knew nothing about, with nobody to do the work. So I had the decision there, what did I do? Did I keep going, or did I give up, or did I get a job? So I was staying at my friends just off Queen Margaret Avenue, and I woke up one day and I thought, I'll just check on Gumtree, see if I can find anyone. I found 2 Polish guys that were willing to make the websites. They would make them and I would sell them. So together with these Polish guys, we built some of the worst websites you've ever seen on the internet. They were horrendous, like really absolutely terrible websites. But we managed to get going, and then just as I started to get moving with things, my first challenge hit. And I'm here to ask you today, what do you do when challenges come? What do you do when your dreams start to fade? What do you do when everything's coming against you, even though you think you're doing the right thing? What do you do? So at this point, within the space of 2 weeks, my car broke down, my girlfriend split up with me, I was getting checked for cancer, I was getting checked for depression, all within 2 weeks. So I was having a pretty bad day, and I remember sitting on the edge of my bed, thinking, what am I going to do? I can't handle this. But I thought, that's it, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to give up, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to find a way to make this work. One way or another, this is going to happen. So I got up, and I totally believed that the best was yet to come. So I got out and I started building my business again and started getting up. We got better and bigger clients, I got better guys to do the work, and we really started moving forward. During this time, somehow I'd managed to get a hernia. Now, I don't go to the gym, so I don't know how I got a hernia. But the doctor said, it's all right, it's a normal procedure, it's day surgery, you won't even notice. And I went in for the operation, and this is me in intensive care after the operation. The operation went bad, it went really bad, and I ended up an hour away from dying. I got internal bleeding during the operation, they rushed me back into emergency surgery. And I asked the guy straight out when I was lying in bed, I said, am I going to die? And he didn't answer the question. It was really touch and go. Things really started to hit me at that point. It was a real challenge. What do you say? What do you do? You know, you're in intensive care with a David Beckham mask on. Like, this is not a good place. I was in intensive care for a week, and I had to go back and stay with my mum and dad for a couple of months as well. I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. I had to get people to look after me day and night. So just as my business has started to take off, just as it started to move, I get hit with my second challenge. So I ask you again, what do you do when your dreams start to fade? This affected me mentally, it affected me physically, I couldn't do much. But I decided I wasn't going to give up. The second time, I'm not going to give up this time, I'm going to be successful, there's no way I'm stopping this, I'm going to keep going. So I got back up, moved back to my flat, and I pushed on again. I started getting clients again, we started getting business moving, we started getting things happening. And things started going really well, things started really moving, we were beginning to get noticed, and I thought, this is good. I'm going to change the business up a wee bit, I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see how I can really develop this. That was probably the worst decision I made, because all the changes I made actually began to bring the downfall to my business. We're losing customers, we weren't being paid, my freelancers weren't working, the work we were doing wasn't good. I was being taken to court for another business I put money into that went under. It was just a very, very bad time. But I was determined I wasn't going to let this finish. However, this was the first time I really had doubt in my mind. I thought, can I do this? I've had bitten off more than I can chew this time. Is this all I can do? I didn't know what to do. So I made the decision I wasn't going to give up. Somehow in me I thought, I've got this little bit of strength left in me, I'm not going to stop this. So I got in touch with a couple of business people in Scotland, and two of them came back to me and said they would meet me. I thought, I'll meet the people that know what they're doing. And I was lucky enough to have a couple of hours with Lord Willie Hockey, and a couple of hours with Jim McCall as well. And they told me, they gave me some great advice. They said, Chris, set goals. They said, set goals for your business. What is it you want to achieve? Set goals for them. They said, know your numbers. How much are you making? How much is it costing you? What are you doing? Know your numbers inside out. And they gave me other advice and pushed me and drove me, and it really inspired me. I thought, I can do this. So I got back up, went back out again, changed the business dramatically. I thought, I'm going to do this right, I'm going to figure out how to do it. I got around people that knew what they were going to do. And since then, this is a picture of me giving a speech for an award we won. Since then, we've built literally an award-winning company. We've been finalists for digital awards, we've won awards. We're turning over good money now. We're looking at offices in London and New York within the next 5 years. The company is dramatically growing. But the question I want to ask you today, if I can take you back to what you imagined as your dream life, what challenges are you prepared to go through in order to achieve that dream? Because the challenges are going to come, there's no doubt about it. Whatever you want is going to come with a challenge. They might not be the same as mine, but they'll be difficult, and they'll be for you, and you're going to have to make that decision of whether you're going to give up or not, whether you're going to push through or whether you're just going to sit there and wonder what to do. But the best is yet to come. I always believe that the best is yet to come. There's always more in you, there's always more to do, there's always more opportunity than you think you can handle. And this is a prime example of how my challenges have forced me to become more than I thought I could be. The best is yet to come. Thank you.